What's up guys, welcome back to the Joe Cobra YouTube channel. I'm really happy today to be reviewing Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So without further ado, let's get started with the review. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a Metroidvania-style platform adventure video game developed by Moon Studios and is published by Xbox Game Studios exclusively for the Xbox One and Windows 10. This is the sequel to the highly acclaimed 2015 title Ori and the Blind Forest and was announced during the E3 show of 2017. The game is in 4K Ultra HD, Xbox One and X Enhanced, and you can play it now for free on the amazing Xbox Game Pass. Let me start off by saying that Ori and the Will of the Wisps is one of the most beautiful games my eyes have ever seen and easily one of the best platformers ever made. You can see the love that Moon Studios put into this game from the second it starts to the second it ends. And this was a gaming experience that I will not forget anytime soon. Guys, before I continue with the review, please hit that subscribe button down below and support the channel. And if you like the video, then obviously please give me a thumbs up. The story for Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a pretty straightforward one, which sees Ori go on a truly magical adventure while trying to find a little owl named Ku. But it is also a story about Ori and his pursuit for power. Developer Moon Studios really tugs at your emotions wherever possible throughout a beautifully told story and also with some fantastic nail-biting gameplay that demands your gaming skills and patience all the way till the game ends. Will of the Wisp is a much better designed game than Ori and the Blind Forest, being that Moon Studios have been working on Will of the Wisp for the past 5 years, along with a bigger budget. The game really just dazzles you with its amazing platforming, stunning graphics, and with its fantastic set-piece moments that just took my breath away. The game is by no means your average fluffy platformer. It will challenge your platforming skills at every step of the way. Even when you figure out a jumping pattern required to solve some of the amazing puzzles, you will still need to be able to make those, which can often be insanely hard but very rewarding once done. As Ori, you will need to jump, double jump, roll, glide, grab onto objects and surfaces, and sometimes he will do all those things in just a single magical maneuver. The movement chains you are often made to put together are intense, but the payoff is always well worth your effort, especially when trying to grab one of the many helpful items that will help you along your journey. Will of the Wisps is a much more approachable experience thanks to the new checkpoint system. Instead of sacrificing valuable energy to create save points like in the first game, you now have more forgiving checkpoints that will get activated when you reach certain parts. The checkpoints are everywhere and make sense for each challenging area. If you reach a part free of any threats, it's likely to be a checkpoint. Trying to get to some of them can be stressful but very satisfying and rewarding once you've reached them. The only places where Will of the Wisps does not save your progress is during Ori's now famous escape sequences. Yes, these frantic sequences are back, such as Ori tumbling through a level as a huge avalanche roars towards him, or when darting in and out of a sand dune while trying to stay ahead of a tunneling worm. These tests of your skill will require split-second thinking and perfect movement. They really do make you hold your breath while trying to get to the end of one of them, but they seemed easy to read in terms of navigation and are not really nearly as hard as they were in Blind Forest. These segments are still difficult, but you should be able to get through them after a bit of trial and error. The game guides you through its first hour or so but then suddenly opens up and lets you figure things out for yourself. Being a Metroidvania style game, the map is a very important part, and I'm glad to say that the map does a great job of tracking your progress while showing you areas you have not cleared out yet. And if you do find yourself lost, then the grey areas on the map will always be a great indication of where you need to go next. Then we have Ori's new arsenal of attacks, another big change from the last game. One of them is Ori's new energy sword, or lightsaber as I like to call it, where Ori can now get up close and personal. There is also an aura-like shield that deals damage, and the very useful boomerang and sentry attacks. Your abilities can be switched easily on the fly through a weapon wheel and are all great in their own way and in different situations. Ori might be tiny and fragile looking, but by the end of the game you will feel like a superhero with an impressive range of attacks and abilities. Then we have the spirit shards, which can be invested into your attacks and stats, like taking 25% less damage or being able to shoot faster. They can also enhance your abilities like the double and triple jump, and by the way, if you get a chance early on as possible, get the triple jump, as this will help you immensely throughout the campaign. All these RPG systems are very well done, as they push you to explore the rich and vibrant world and help against the harder enemy battles. Each one feels significant, and it makes later enemy encounters and your movement around the world much more easier and enjoyable. They also help you with the amazing boss battles throughout the game, which have plenty of health and are very aggressive. These fights deliver some amazing moments and frantic fun, while pushing you to wait for those all-important moments to attack. Some bosses early on are just too powerful, so before you attempt to take these guys down, make sure you power Ori up and find some health canisters before attempting these certain boss battles. And that goes for all of the hard parts in the game. When stuck, just power Ori up in the right way and then travel back to the part you were stuck on, and you will finally prevail. Fast travel is also a very handy feature here, but I often trek back by foot, if only just to enjoy the amazing and beautiful areas on the game. Will o' the Wisp has also got more NPCs to interact with this time round, along with some enjoyable side quests that are all worth doing, as they can really help you out on your adventure in many different ways, like helping to build a village, which can then serve as a hub for upgrading Ori and amongst other functions. And once you are done with the brilliant story, you can also give the new Spirit Trials a go, which is a sort of like multiplayer mode, where you get to run through certain level segments and try and beat other people's times, or even better, compete against your friends' ghost times to see who gets the faster times. It's a very simple mode, but a very welcome one, as after finishing Ori and the Blind Forest, there was no real reason to return once the story was complete. And I really can't go, guys, without talking about the mesmerizing soundtrack for Will o' the Wisps. I thought Blind Forest's score was memorable, but it's even more beautiful and haunting this time round, and I can't applaud the efforts of composer Gareth Coker enough when it comes to the truly magical score here. So the story is fantastic, the world created is breathtaking, the music is stellar, and the gameplay is just the icing on the cake. Moon Studios have outdone themselves here with Ori and the Will o' the Wisps, and have given us an experience that will stay with you from the start to the finish, and even long after you're done playing it. This is a definite buy, and if you have the amazing Game Pass, you can play it for free, which is just insane. So guys, that's my review for Ori and the Will o' the Wisps. My score for Will o' the Wisps is going to be very easy. I'm going to give it an amazing 10 out of 10. It's an absolute beauty of a game, and it's also so much fun to play, and I can't believe it's even better than the already amazing Ori and the Blind Forest. As we all know, Microsoft have not had the best times when it comes to exclusives, but here with the Ori series, they have an exclusive that Xbox fans and Microsoft can be very proud of. So guys, that's my review for Ori and the Will o' the Wisps. I really do hope you enjoyed it. So guys, down below, show some support to the channel and subscribe. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And I will see you guys on the next Joe Cobra video. Take care of each other. God bless, and bye-bye.